You're entering the courtroom of Judge Judy Swindler. The cases are fake. The verdicts are faker. Coming into the courtroom right now is the plaintiff, Hillary Clinton. She is suing Donald Trump for $1.2 billion. This is the case of the corruptibles versus the deplorables. Your Honor, this is case 42 on the docket, Clinton versus Trump. All rise.
Mrs. Clinton, you're suing the defendant for $1.2 billion. Money you say is owed to you after he stole the presidential election from you in 2016. Would that be a fair statement, madam?
Yes, Your Honor.
According to your statement, madam, your sworn statement, you paid out this money to major news networks so that they would give bias to your candidacy?
Yes, Your Honor.
Tell me about this guarantee, this so-called guarantee.
The guarantee, Your Honor, was given to me by Miss Nancy Pelosi. I have a tape if you'd like to see it.
Get your hands out of your pockets. Just a second, hold on, just a second. So you're telling me that you paid $1 billion to these networks so that they would give you favor and then come up with all kinds of dirt on him?
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you out of your mind?
Yes, Your Honor.
Keep going.
It wasn't my fault. Your Honor.
Mr. Trump, if you interrupt one more time, I'm going to throw your countersuit out. Got it? Go ahead, Mrs. Clinton.
I paid out $1.2 billion because, well, that's what it cost. I was trying to buy the president. I was trying to win the presidency. I had to spend money. Well, it was for attack ads. That's where the money went. I don't have receipts.
You paid them $1 billion for that.
Because he was... Well, Your Honor, Donald kept talking about my business during interviews, you know, and on TV, and so because of that, the feds were snooping around asking me all kinds of questions. What was I supposed to do?
I don't care. I don't care what you thought.
Just look at my record.
How much do campaign ads cost, Mrs. Clinton?
I don't know.
It says here in your answer, madam, that you had to bleach some emails. Why would you do that, madam? Whenever I want to bleach something, it's because I want to get a nasty stain out of it.
Oh, I bleached a few.
So what?
I don't care.
And you also state in your answer that you want some money back for some blueberries or blackberries. What is it?
The whole blackberry thing, that was nothing.
It says here in your answer you destroyed a bunch of blackberries right after they sequestered you from the FBI. Why would you do that, madam?
Oh, I didn't know you're supposed to dispose of those things in a disposery.
Seems to be it's severe,
Your Honor.
Who does that?
I never crushed and I never destroyed any of the blackberries myself. It was my assistants.
It's all very odd behavior, madam. I mean, if I were to destroy something, especially after it was sequestered by the FBI, it would seem like I was hiding something, wouldn't it?
Why would I be trying to hide something?
I don't know, you tell me, Miss
Well,
Clinton.
any leftover funds from the campaign, Your Honor, would have gone into the Clinton Foundation to hold over for other expenditures.
You're not being entirely truthful with me here, Mrs. Clinton. No, we need to impeach President Trump now. I'm supposed to be the president.
Every year in the United States, thousands of trailers catch on fire, causing hundreds of dollars in damage. If you own or rent a manufactured or mobile home, take out as much insurance on that damn thing as you can get. Because, honey, if a tornado don't get it, it will go up in flames.
He's not going to be president. Donald Trump is not going to be president of the United States. Take it to the bank. Okay. I guarantee it. All right.
All lean Democrat column. You'd think with South Carolina and Kansas, you would think those would be not just likely, but likely / slam dunk / guaranteed / obviously this is ruby red, South Carolina and Kansas. But instead they're light red. They're just lean Republican now. South Carolina leans Republican, Kansas leans Republican. And then you say that Donald Trump has the best day in the entire world, completely outperforms expectations, and he wins all of the toss-up states. He wins all 5 of those states, plus that electoral college vote in Maine that he's after. He wins all of the toss-ups, which would be insane because nobody wins all of the toss-up states. Even if Donald Trump did win all of the toss-up states, he would still lose.
If he becomes the president here, make it great, because the states is already great.
I think that man will be president of the United States right about the time that spaceships come down filled with dinosaurs and red capes.
On that note, Tom.
Mr. Trump, it's your turn. You got about 2 minutes to convince me why I should believe you. Go.
She spent $1.2 billion on her campaign, Your Honor. I only spent about $300 million. I mean, is it supposed to be better if you spend less? What's your Wi-Fi here, Judge? Anybody? Your Honor, I think that's a good idea. Yes, Your Honor. How you doing, Your Honor? How you doing? Now listen. Bernie Sanders was a sellout.
Well, what's homeless? You've had to turn Mrs. Clinton, sit down. Put your hand down.
She came to my wedding, yes, she did, Your Honor. She came to my wedding with her husband and that Kathy Griffin. I don't know about that Kathy Griffin. She don't seem like she's 100%. What a face like that, anyway. Excuse me, Your Honor. I just have to tweet something out. Check me out on Judge Judy later this week. Hashtag lock her up. Your Honor, you should really lock her up. It's the only way to deal with this issue. You've got to lock her up, Your Honor, and keep her there. Throw away the key. That's what I do.
Okay, well then we're going to have to take a brief recess, and I'll have my decision when we get back. Got it? Sit down. Last month I had quite a scare. I had to take Beth to the hospital. They had me filling out forms up to here. Sign this, sign that, sign here, sign there. It's tough when you're worried, but all along I knew that we had Secure Horizons. You pay no plan premium, no deductible, and you get to see the doctor of your choice. Well, Beth is fine now and things are back to normal, but I don't know what I would have done without Secure Horizons. You ought to call Secure Horizons today and get your Secure Horizon.
Your Honor, there's thousands of people here to see the taping of your show today because I came, and there are literally tens of thousands of people outside there waiting to get in, Your Honor, and Your Honor, there are millions of people waiting on the television to see your show. Good thing you had me on, Your Honor. Your ratings must have went sky high. We'll have to talk about splitting that up later, huh? I'm just kidding, Your Honor.
Mr. Trump, you said some pretty naughty things while you were on the campaign trail, didn't you?
Her tenure as Secretary of State, Your Honor, was a total disaster. And I'm going to tell you right now that I'm here, I'm the president, not her. bitch, and I'm gonna make America, or we're gonna make America great again. Your Honor, crooked Hillary Clinton should be investigated for colluding with the major news networks, the crooked media, these guys right here. Yeah, you know who you are. And if anybody's a crook, it's crooked Hillary. I was Secretary of State. Your Honor, my message to the American people was we're together, that we could build this country back stronger together. And then he won and divided us all.
It's your fault you lost. It's your fault you lost the presidency, not his. Not his. It's yours and your collusions. So you're telling me that you raised $2 billion and it wasn't my fault. You used that money to collude with major news networks to bring about a certain outcome of this campaign? In other words, to me it looks like you tried to buy your way into the presidency, Mr. Clinton. You can't do that.
Well, I thought we ran a very clever campaign, Your Honor. Sure, I spent over $1 billion, but that's what they asked for. I said to them, what would it take for me to win with a landslide here? Because when he got the nomination, I was determined that it was going to be a landslide. And I did win the popular vote.
Well, Your Honor, I won the election by an embarrassing amount. And, well, it's not being braggadocio, but, Your Honor, I wiped the floor with her, as you would say. We're going to make America great again. We're going to make America strong again. And we're going to make America free again.
Loser.
Miss Clinton.
I'm sorry, Your Honor.
When did you learn to count, Miss Clinton?
Well, I don't know, Your
At what age? It's a simple question. What age were you when you learned to count?
Well, I don't know, Your Honor.
Okay, Mrs. Clinton. Now say you started counting when you was 4. Only instead of reaching 100, like the other kids, you kept counting. How old are you now, Mrs.
Well, I don't know, Your Honor.
You still wouldn't have counted to 1,200,000,000, madam. That's an outrageous amount of money. Now, I don't believe that it costs that much money to run for the presidency, especially since you lost. I don't believe you. You're lying. It doesn't make sense. And madam, if it doesn't make sense, then it's probably not true. Put your hand down. Goodbye. Go home and enjoy your grandchildren. I'm a very smart woman, Mrs. Clinton, and I'm telling you that you need to let this go. My judgment is not for you. Mrs. Clinton, I'm throwing your case out on the basis that it has no basis. You're an idiot. I'm a lot smarter than you, and my advice to you is to go home. Enjoy your grandchildren. But just look at my record. Well, I think you're deplorable. You look fat in that dress. Goodbye, Mrs. Clinton. Goodbye.
Thank you, Your Honor.